What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Got a ton of information here for you guys. The U.S. says that there's a $3 billion accounting error, and now they can provide more weapons to Ukraine. That's right. Also, is Russia using third world countries to hide weapons shipments? Maybe. Also, we'll get to all that here in a second. Russian TV preparing the Russians for defeat in Ukraine? Well, I'll let you see the actual footage. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I try to cover all sides of the story here. And one of it is, well, showing you exactly what Russia is showing their own citizens here on Russian TV, which is pretty much basically controlled by the government, similar to how Germany was in World War II and how China is now. And well, take a listen to this clip here of what they're saying on Russian TV. Here you go.
И в какой-то политической элите созреть. Потому что надо уже признавать, что это не просто специальная военная операция, это действительно война. Это война, причем война, в которой, если мы ее проиграем, то мы уйдем вместе за шаенами, дакотами, команчами и другими, как говорится, прекрасными племенами, которые просто растворились в небытие. Пощады не будет, это же видно. Посмотри на их.
Yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this. This is the first time I've seen Russia really talking about this. If they lose the war, and that they'll basically be thrown away or forgotten, like many of the Native Americans have been, or at least their analogy thereof. Yeah, you can let me know your thoughts because this is not something we have really seen the Russians state this, and yeah, pretty eye-opening here as we're seeing a lot of losses here. Bakhmut, the Wagner group, we'll actually get to hear what they're saying here in a second. As yeah, pretty eye-opening. But honestly, I expect this war to go on for quite some time, and really no end in sight here in the near term. This comes as the Biden administration says, oops, we found an accounting error for $3 billion for Ukraine weapon assistance. Yeah, just like that. Oops. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up, but apparently this actually happened. Like for real? You see it. Yeah, the Biden administration made an accounting error in assessing the value of the military support that the U.S. has given to Ukraine to date, freeing up approximately $3 billion more in aid, an amount likely to mitigate the need for Congress to pass an additional assistance package before the end of the fiscal year. In September, multiple congressional and administration's officials have said the error, which lawmakers and congressional staffers were briefed on Thursday, triggered frustration from Republicans on the House Foreign Affairs and Armed Service Committees. They believe the mistake reduced the amount of U.S. support that went to Ukraine leading up to the counteroffensive. Quote, the revelation of a $3 billion accounting error discovered 2 months ago and only today shared with Congress is extremely problematic, to say the least. These funds could have been used for extra supplies and weapons for the upcoming counteroffensive instead of rationing funds to last for the remainder of the fiscal year, wrote House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCaul and House Armed Service Chairman Mike Rogers in a statement. Before this new information came to light, the Pentagon has said that there was just over $2.3 billion remaining available for the Presidential Drawdown Authority for Ukraine. Now, due to this revelation, there is about $5.3 billion still available, far more than even the largest single package provided to Ukraine. Yeah. The accounting error occurred because when the US transferred weaponry to Ukraine, they counted the value of replacing the weapon instead of the value of the actual weapon, defense officials explained. That drove up the cost of each package because new weaponry costs more than old weaponry and resulted in the false assumption that more of the funding had been used. Republicans McCall and Rogers said that the administration should make up for this precious lost time by using these funds to provide Ukraine and DCIMS and ATACMS they need to fuel the counteroffensives and win the war. We have actually seen a lot of renewed support, like these leaders of Republicans in Congress and also Kevin McCarthy in Congress for the Ukraine offensive or defensive. But that doesn't mean that they will approve more money for Ukraine's defense. We have seen criticism from former President Donald Trump in the CNN town hall debate because America has provided far more money and defense than Europe. So we do, and I could understand that point, which does make sense to me. If you look at that point of view, I can totally understand that. And with America and Republicans especially trying to cut the fiscal budget and the debt ceiling debate, trying to cut there as well, they're really trying to cut everywhere. So it would make sense that they would cut there as well, with in mind that they don't want Putin to win there. Keeping that objective in mind, I can see both sides of the coin there. It does, you got to kind of keep both those in mind, and yet, yeah, you kind of play both sides from the middle. But we have seen a lot of renewed Republican support there. Even Kevin McCarthy kind of did a stark change there and said, no, we want to make sure that Russia doesn't win, and also that Taiwan over there is safe from China invading them. So, and if that happens, could throw the budget right out the window, because if China invades Taiwan, all bets are off because the U.S. is in trouble then. Trying to help two countries defend off major countries. Remember that China is 10 times the size of Russia. 10 times the size. Also, you can see here that there's some reports saying, the US is saying, that the Russian Wagner group is trying to use third world countries to obscure weapons shipments to Ukraine. Now, as of right now, we're not really sure, these third world countries, where the shipments might be actually originating from. Are they actually coming from China? Where are they coming from? Using these third world countries like Mali? And this is a concern for the US because we really don't want China to be supplying Russia and China to be entering the war on this, because it would be a significant problem. And if China enters the war for Russia, or if China enters the war and invades Taiwan, we got bigger problems. Literally could be the start of World War III. And the US is already running low on ammo supplies in multiple different areas, just helping Ukraine. They need to be on double time producing ammo. And this is without really a Taiwan problem. So you can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. If you haven't yet, click the subscribe button down below and then the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos that come out here every day on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you should watch next. The Republicans just threw a massive wrench in the debt ceiling negotiations and just filed multiple articles of impeachment on multiple people Or you can click here to see the IRS's warning for millions of Americans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.